Hello. We thought we'd do something a little differently for you. We are going to be doing a series, this is being the first, on gluten-free recipe book reviews. These will simply be things that we either picked up or given to either help us or somebody thought we might be able to fix what was in the book. So we're going to start today with Living Gluten-free for Dummies. It is a reference guide. It is actually quite a good one. It is American, so the neat thing with it, as with most for Dummies books, this one has a detachable page that you can take with you. It is, as it says, the cheat sheet, Living Gluten-free for Dummies. And you can take the whole thing. You can even take this out. It's a restaurant card. And it says, I have severe allergies. I cannot eat. I need to avoid, and I can. So you can always take that and give it to your server or to the chef. Here are some of the other things. This is the back side of it. Foods to avoid, foods to question, and things you can eat quite freely. So it is a good book. It has a contents at a glance, which is kind of neat. It has recipes at a glance. Let me just take those out of there. So it has some very, it's set up very well. It has your basic table of contents as well, which goes on for several pages. And it's got, it's a very good reference book. It's got 21 chapters in it. It has the usual, great humor, as usual. It's not Catcher in the Rye, it's Catcher in the Tapioca, since it's the gluten-free edition. It's a good, really good book for when you're first diagnosed, or if you have a friend or a family member that's been diagnosed and they start going on about, well, I need to be gluten-free, and you look at them like they've lost their mind. This is a good book to get or to borrow. Go to the you can always go to the library and borrow it. You might even be able to download portions of it if you need to. And then you can learn a bit more about going gluten-free, who, what, why, and how. So, as I said, this is a good book for reference. Honestly, the cooking sections, the cooking recipes, we found to be good recipes. They're just basics. You should know, most people by now, the potatoes aren't glutinous. There is no gluten in potatoes. So if you're having a dinner party, you can always just make potatoes. Make mashed potatoes, make a nice meat to go with it. Common sense things like that. If you're going to do a pasta, there are some really, really great pastas out there. There are also, in this book, there's recipes for pretty much every occasion. So there's, from appetizer to dessert, there are recipes. Honestly, the dessert recipes, they're weak. There are a lot of one flour, one starch, which is nutritionally unsound. So if you've got a good nutritionally balanced baking mix, go for it. A little bit of xanthan gum, you're fine. So, as a review, out of 5 stars, we would give Living Gluten-free for Dummies, for information alone, we would definitely be giving this a 5-star. If it's a reference library, like a reference book for your library, this would be a good one. I'm pretty sure you can download it on Kindle or on Kobo or any of those types of things. It's just, it's a good reference. It's a good piece of reference material. So, happy reading.